going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. Before we get into it, though, if you like this content, make sure you drop a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my daily $19 best bet and my NHL breakaway, make sure you head to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. I also have something new and exciting coming up here at Pick Dawgz. If you're a big bettor looking to hit the books hard on the ice, you're going to want to check out my all-access Power Play Pass. And I will say the service is not for everybody. This service is for the bettors that are dropping $1,000 or more per game on the NHL, and for the people that want that elevated top-tier advantage to get a man up on your book. Now, this package for the first time will feature the rating of my plays, as well as late info plays that I make throughout the day based on goalie news, announcements on starting goaltending, injuries, etc. Now, if it's not your cup of tea, that's 100% totally fine. We're still going to be cooking up premium winners daily here at Pick Dawgz Premium. We're going to be covering every game every day right here on the Wraparound. But if you want more information, text PUCK to 775-636-7674, and we'll get you hooked up. Anyways, NHL action on Tuesday. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game takes us to the KeyBank Center, where the Buffalo Sabres host the Boston Bruins. And the Buffalo Sabres have kind of struggled with consistency lately. You know, they've alternated wins and losses in each of their last 6 games. They were just shut out on the road by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now they go back home, but they're taking on a Boston team that is just picking up right where they left off. They're 5-1-1 on the road this season. They are coming off an overtime loss in Montreal. But head-to-head, the Bruins have flat out owned the Sabres. They've won back-to-back meetings in this matchup by a combined score of 14-1. Head-to-head overall in a longer sample size, they've won 38 of the last 51 meetings, 20 of the last 26 meetings in Buffalo. Anytime you're giving me the Bruins at a reasonable price like this, against regardless of who it's against, for the most part, I would say there's other teams that may not fit the mold here. But if you're against a team like Buffalo, I'm going to take it any day of the week. So give me the Boston Bruins in this one on the money line. Up next, we go to the Nationwide Arena, where the Columbus Blue Jackets take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. And while the Columbus Blue Jackets, I said earlier this season, they'd probably show some value in some spots. And while that was true at one point, they've started to fall off the map in a big way. They've lost 9 of their last 10. They've lost 5 straight. A couple of those have come in extra time against some decent competition as well. But again, it's the Columbus Blue Jackets just reverting to the Blue Jackets of old. They've given up a combined 19 goals in their last 4 games. And while I've been very, very critical of the Pittsburgh Penguins, there's no denying that right now they are just playing some of their best hockey of the season. They've won 4 straight. They swept their West Coast road trip for just the second time in franchise history. And right now, the Columbus Blue Jackets are sort of an auto fade for me. Pittsburgh's won 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. Got to roll with the Penguins here. I'm going to take them on the money line. It's a hefty price, so maybe it's a parlay piece. But the last 2 meetings have all needed extra time. They've needed OT, so rather take the chance. You can take the chance on a regulation play if you want, but I'm just going to go with the money line here at minus 170. Next, we head to the Bell Center, where the Montreal Canadiens take on the Calgary Flames. And, you know, the Calgary Flames have been able to pick up some wins in their last couple of games here and there. But realistically, these are still the Calgary Flames. They beat the Kraken. They beat the Preds at home. They go back out on the road to start this Eastern Canada road trip, and they've lost the first 2 games by a combined score of 9-5. Toronto gave up some goals, but they still gave up 5 goals to the Leafs there. They gave up 4 to Ottawa. And what exactly is different about this Calgary Flames team where I want to suddenly lay minus 152 on the road? Nothing. Montreal, don't get me wrong, the Montreal Canadiens haven't been great either. They've lost 5 of their last 7 games. But head-to-head between these two, it's been all Montreal the last few years. Montreal has won the last 5 meetings between these two teams. So I'm going to keep going with the Montreal Canadiens. No reason in paying to continue to lose when you're back in the Calgary Flames. So give me the Montreal Canadiens on the money line in this one. Next, we head to the Capital One Arena, where the Washington Capitals take on the Vegas Golden Knights. And I got to say, the Vegas Golden Knights picking up right where they left off, winning the Cup last year. And it's been, I think, you could argue, the best start to the season of any defending Stanley Cup champion. I mean, they're 12-2-1. They've been absolutely outstanding at home and solid on the road, 4-1. Now they're going up against a Washington Capitals team that is playing some of their best hockey of the season. They just won back-to-back road games against the Islanders and the Devils. And what's been standing out for me with the Capitals over the course of this winning run has been the goaltending. You look at basically each of the last 5 wins for the Caps, they've given up 2 goals or less, and that's what you're going to have to do here against this Golden Knights team. The Golden Knights are still top 5 in the NHL in goals per game, allowing 3.7 goals per game, while Washington second worst in the NHL, 2.3 goals per game. But these are two teams that are both in the top 10 in terms of goals allowed per game this season. I think we have a bit of a low-scoring battle on our hands. I think this game could be 3-2, whichever way you slice it. So I'm going to go with the under 6.5. Maybe put someone on the correct score prediction of 3-2 for either the Caps or the Golden Knights in this one. Now we go to the American Airlines Center where the Dallas Stars welcome the Arizona Coyotes to town. And, the Arizona Coyotes are a team that I've tried to peg to figure out where we're going to get the value with them. And this would seem like a normal spot where you could potentially take a shot on some value because the Coyotes already this season, I think, are almost halfway there to equaling their win total on the road from all of last season. I believe they won just 7 games on the road last year. They're already 3-4-1 away from the Mullet Arena this season. But the problem I have here is that the Dallas Stars have frankly owned the Arizona Coyotes in recent meetings. Going back to last year, these two teams played 4 times. Dallas won all 4 meetings by a combined score of 20-6. Now, the Coyotes have gotten better since then. The goaltending, for the most part, has been better. But I would say that Arizona's goaltending still has a little bit of a ways to go. They have given up at least 3 goals in 6 of their last 8 games. The goaltending has, I should say, at least. They've given up 5 or more in 4 of the last 7. So that's not necessarily what you want to see with the Dallas Stars on the other side. The Dallas Stars, they play disciplined hockey. They don't give up anything easy. And I've said it time and time again. You're probably going to get tired of hearing me say this, but I still got Jake Ottinger as my winner for the Vezina. I am really high on him having a breakout season this year. Dallas has just been dominant in their last 3 wins, scoring combined 16 goals. Right now, the Stars are just playing some solid hockey. I got to go with the Stars on the puck line to continue their dominance of the Coyotes. Next, we head to the Bridgestone Arena where the Nashville Predators take on the Anaheim Ducks. And the Nashville Predators, man, this is a team that I had some hope for coming into the season, but they have not played well in a lot of their recent games. They've lost 3 straight and 5 of their last 6. The majority of those, I should say, all those losses, they've given up at least 4 goals. And over the course of this 3-game losing streak, they've given up a combined 17 goals, been outscored 17-10. Not what you want to see from a Nashville team that has to rely, I would say, on defense to win a lot of their games, considering they're only scoring 3 goals per game. Now, Anaheim, not much better, scoring 3.1 goals per game, but they're just outside the top 10 in goals allowed per game, which is a big step in the right direction for an Anaheim team that's been one of the worst in the NHL for the last couple of years now. They've got a winning record. They've got a 4-2 record on the road. Help me figure out where to take the Predators here. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Give me the Anaheim Ducks and the plus money in this one. Right now, there's just no back in the Preds in this one. Next, we go to the Enterprise Center where the St. Louis Blues take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Tampa Bay Lightning, well, they've backed themselves into a corner and started playing inconsistent hockey again. They've now dropped back-to-back home games against the Blackhawks and the Hurricanes. Gave a combined 9 goals in that game. And giving up goals has now been back in the DNA of the Tampa Bay Lightning once again. They've given up at least 4 goals in 5 of their last 6 games. And it's not what you can afford to see, when you're trying to tread water until Andrei Vasilevsky comes back, which thankfully for Tampa Bay looks like it's going to be sooner rather than later, but it's no excuse for, the defensive play that they've had in recent games. There's only so much the offense can do to really bail you out if you're Tampa Bay. And I'm back to being off the horse of Jonas Johansson and Matt Tompkins as the 1-2 in Tampa Bay right now, if I was ever on that horse. The St. Louis Blues, head-to-head, sure, they've lost the last 3 meetings between these two teams, but right now, it just feels like the Blues are just playing the better hockey. The goaltending has been a lot more stout for St. Louis. They've given up 3 goals or less in 4 of their last 5 games. And to no one's surprise, they've won all 4 of those 5 games as well. So I'm going to go with the St. Louis Blues on the money line in this one. I think there's some value here at plus money. And I just don't want to be back in the Tampa Bay Lightning at this point in time. Next, we head to the Canada Life Arena where the Winnipeg Jets take on the New Jersey Devils. And the New Jersey Devils, they've fallen on hard times a little bit as of late. They're a little bit banged up. You know, they've dropped a couple games here and there. They've lost back to back against the Avalanche and the Capitals, giving up a combined 10 goals in those games. But I'm still not jumping off ship with the Devils right now. You know, sure, the Winnipeg Jets, they've won 3 of their last 4 games. They just lost a heartbreaker at home to the Dallas Stars 3-2. But this is a Winnipeg Jets team that has really struggled when it's come against teams with winning records. They are 1-9, the Jets are, in their last 10 games against a team with a winning record. And while the Devils haven't had a lot of success in this matchup, a lot of that you have to take with a grain of salt, because a lot of that was when the New Jersey Devils were a laughingstock in the NHL and not the team that they are these days. This is still a very, very solid New Jersey Devils lineup from top to bottom. The goaltending is solid. And I'm just not there with the Winnipeg Jets right now, who still have a losing record at home, while the Devils have a winning record 4-2 on the road. So give me the New Jersey Devils in this one at plus money. I think we're still getting some solid value with New Jersey here. And our final game on Tuesday's card takes us to the SAP Center, where the San Jose Sharks take on the Florida Panthers. And well, I was on the San Jose Sharks for a couple of games, and one game it worked, and one game it didn't against the Vegas Golden Knights. And then I just went back to fading them, and it worked against Anaheim, as Anaheim picked up the win there 4-1. And it's back to old habits for the San Jose Sharks, who are back to scoring 1 goal or less in the majority of their games. And even going back home, where they have had the bulk of their success this season, I should say they've had all of their success this season, both straight up and on the puck line, it doesn't make it a difference for me here. You know, the Florida Panthers are just a far better team. They've won 4 straight. They've scored 4 or more in each of those 4 games. Last time I checked, hard to win a hockey game when you're scoring 1 or less and your opponent is scoring 4 or more. Got to go with the Florida Panthers on the puck line to round things out. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. But if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Also, make sure you have notifications turned on to get the newest and most up-to-date content here at Pick Dawgz. And a reminder, if you're looking for my best bets, check out Pick Dawgz Premium. And also, if you're looking for more information on my all-access Power Play Pass and to find out if it's right for you, make sure to text 775-636-7674. Text the word PUCK to 775-636-7674. And also make sure to let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Good luck.